tell me about your highlight with Cormier.
Yeah, I mean that was I was actually wearing my Beta Day hat. I got to go to the NHL draft down in Buffalo. That was the year when someone named Austin Matthews was taken first overall, and I remember getting to the rink. I went there with Scott Walpole when he was working with the battalion, and I remember when Mark Hunter got asked to come up to the podium to make the announcement. You're in Buffalo, right? I've never heard a bigger boo when Gary Bettman said, "Next order of claim, the Toronto Maple Leafs," and the building, like the Buffalo building, it erupted in boos. I never heard a louder boo ever.
Nice.
And I mean that's one of the crappy memories. I don't know if Austin Matthews was probably so focused on what he was doing with the avoiding the white noise, but that was that draft. So that was a pretty neat thing to come in. But the following day 2 of the draft, I was covering the draft. Evan Cormier played the real crazy wacky year where the team moved partially to Mattawa, the last year of the Junior Trappers, when the team kind of split between Espanola and North Bay, and probably could do a podcast on that year on its own. But anyways, I always kept a real close relationship with Evan. All of a sudden hearing his name called at the draft, and then to be able to see him walk by, and he didn't know I was there, and then to give me a hug, and then the New Jersey Devils PR guy was like, kind of looked at him weird, and he's like, "Oh, this is my junior hockey GM or whatever," and it was really neat. And then I think that the cherry on top on it was you were in the press, you're in the media event, all the New Jersey media talking to Evan what kind of a goalie he is and everything. He goes and thanks me. He says, I want to thank for what you and the Trappers did for me that first year. I gained confidence and was an all-star, and that really helped me in my development. And he says that in front of the international media. So, I mean, that was probably one where you think, one of those, life lessons you learn even from my job is, there was a lot of tough stuff that went into getting locked out of West Ferris Arena, playing junior hockey out of the West Ferris Arena. There's one of those moments like, boy, I'm glad I stuck it out that year and got to know Evan and got to see him get drafted. And that same weekend got to see North Bay's Colton Point. He was an affiliate player with the Voodoos. He played playoff games the first year of the Voodoos, and so I mean, kind of a double. Got to see 2 kids that had played, and got to give him a hug and spend some time with him at the draft too.
There's your payoff for a little bit of the sleepless nights.
And then Colton Point gets drafted by Dallas, which is my favorite team. So that weekend was a really awesome. That was a really awesome weekend to see see a North Bay kid drafted, because that was an awful long time between kids drafted, right? Because I think it was Matt Marquardt was the last one before that, and you're looking back into the like 2007, 2008, or maybe even before that. So, and that was 2016 draft. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, right on. Well, thanks for coming out to the Hacienda for the podcast.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
I'll see you down in Boston for the Voodoos as they try to win the championship again.
Yeah. Hope so.
Yeah. When's your next game?
February 12th.
Okay.
At home against French River. We have 3-3 on the road this weekend, starting in Timmins on on Thursday, and then we're back home. Next home game is February 12th.
Okay. Well, I think maybe the Timmins game. I might come out for the Timmins game. All right,
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.